Hello, hello there. So someone asked, we start at 9 in the morning and our last movie today is 9:30. And they said, how do you keep your energy up all day? And I said, every year it's the same thing. I start out by saying, I'm never gonna make it through. Too tired, too whatever, sick, whatever. And then I come out here, and this is what Roger used to tell me, that he got his energy from the audience and from the guests. So thank you for my energy. I started one of the articles I wrote about the film festival today by saying, at this point in history, we are all desperately searching for something. Today, I have the happy privilege to say that this afternoon, we're going to be desperately seeking Susan. Our special guest, Susan Seidelman, began her directorial career in the 1980s when her film Smithereens became the first American independent film accepted into the official competition at the Cannes Film Festival. Her next endeavor, Desperately Seeking Susan, starring Rosanna Arquette and Madonna, was a critical and commercial success that helped launch the careers of many emerging performers of that time, such as John Turturro, Laurie Metcalf, Will Patton, Giancarlo Esposito, and comedian Stephen Wright. The film premiered at Cannes in 1985 and was nominated for a French César for Best Foreign Film. In 2023, it was added to the National Film Registry as part of a small selection of films preserved by the Library of Congress for their historic, cultural, or aesthetic contribution to American cinema. So it's going to be in history forever. She went on to direct several other films, making the romantic sci-fi comedy Making Mr. Right, starring John Malkovich, who was one of our guests here, and Ann Magnuson. Cookie, a father-daughter mafia comedy starring Peter Falk and Diane Wiest, and written by Nora Ephron, and She-Devil, featuring Meryl Streep in her first comedic screen role and Roseanne Barr in her first feature film. In 1994, Seidelman's short film, The Dutch Master, screened at the Cannes Film Festival and was nominated for an Oscar. And she has a long list of other things that we are going to talk about on the panel afterwards. I'm going to bring them, you know what? Why not bring them out one at a time? Will the director, Susan Seidelman, please come out? Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to bring our other special guest out before I have you introduce the film, if that's okay.
Okay.
But I do want to tell you there's going to be a book signing of your book in the East Lobby after the movie. And the name of your book is Desperately Seeking Something. Desperately Seeking Something. Okay, so our next special guest is Rosanna Arquette. She has worked with world-renowned directors including Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, John Sayles, Luc Besson, David Cronenberg, Hal Ashby, Allison Anders, and many more. I see the through line. I think they're great because you were in their films. Showtime's The L Word, Generation Q, and Ryan Murphy's Netflix series Ratchet, alongside Sarah Paulson. She also played the female lead in the movie Etruscan Smile, produced by Academy Award winner Arthur Cohen. Now, she has also directed. She directed a film that we may have here next year, a documentary called
Searching for Deborah Winger.
Searching for Deborah Winger.
And Roger Ebert is in it.
So before I turn it, well, Roger said, never step on anyone's applause. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Rosanna Arquette. And I have to say, I am especially pleased to have you both here gracing the stage of the Virginia Theater. For too many years, we had almost only male directors and some of the actors here. And there was a year we said, no, we have to stop this. We have to be more inclusive. Diversity, inclusion, all of that are beautiful words, not criminal words. And I love it because you both are so talented. And now I'm going to step aside and turn the microphone over to Susan Seidelman and Rosanna Arquette.
Thank you so much for having me. This is quite an honor. And what is amazing is that people don't see movies in movie palaces anymore. And so to be able to all watch this together and talk about it together is really special. And, you know, it's funny, if somebody had told me back in 1985 that 40 years later I would be here with Rosanna celebrating the 40th anniversary of this film, I would not have believed it. It's pretty amazing. Literally last month, I think it was in the end of March, 1985, the movie came out. And the one thing I can tell you is that, you know, it was a unique movie because I couldn't hear back there, maybe you said it, but it was, you know, 2 women producers, starred 2 women, a female writer, female director, the studio executive was a woman, and that was not heard of in the studio system back in '85. So that made the movie special. But the funny thing about that was it also made the studio's expectations low. They didn't expect it to be a critical success or a commercial success because it was such an oddball kind of film. So I'm thrilled that I'm here now to prove them wrong. And again, I hope you enjoy the movie. I hope you have fun with the movie. And I hope it passes the test of time. For some of you, you might be seeing it for the second time. Maybe you saw it 40 years ago. There's probably some newbies out there. You never know whether a film is going to pass the test of time, but I'd like to believe that if the characters are rich and if there's a theme, if there's some sort of message there, maybe hidden underneath the comedy, that it will pass that test of time. So please enjoy, and we'll be back. Rosanna.
Oh, well, I was going to say about we were groundbreaking, and no, it's important that we were one of the first of its kind, really, about women, written by a woman, produced by a woman, a female executive, Barbara Boyle, and so that I'm proud of that. Yeah.
And to answer your question, the movie is here because you were such a trailblazer. You were a badass for getting a female crew back at that time. Woman director, woman actor, it wasn't heard of, and you opened the door for so many other women in Hollywood. So thank you. Enjoy.